I'm Allie Cartwright, your meditation and mindfulness muse, and this is Q and Allie, where I empower you to live your best life. On today's episode of Q and Allie, I have a letter from Teddy. Teddy writes, "Hey Allie, I am a mother of 4, ages 9, 6, 4, and a 5-month-old. I stay at home with the kids and also homeschool. Needless to say, my time and energy is in high demand every single day. I'm trying to develop better self-care practices, and I would love to find time to meditate. My question is, do you have any recommendations for busy moms like myself to find the time and the space to meditate? Be ever in bliss, my friend, Teddy." Oh, Teddy, I've got some great advice for you. First up, kudos to you for spending so much time with your littles, because it is extremely energetically exhausting to have people constantly in need of your care. And so mothers are just amazing with their capacity for this. Dads too. Dads can be very capable of this too. I know that my husband is an excellent caregiver. But I'm so glad that you want to take the time to address yourself, because just like when you're in an airplane and they tell you to put your own mask on before you assist others, you've got to take care of yourself if you're going to be able to give of yourself. So, for 4 young children, I can imagine you don't get a lot of solid time by yourself. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is pretty obvious. If you can find a way to get 5 minutes once, twice a day, where you actually can be alone to do a meditation, that's fantastic. It's such a wonderful thing. And if you can find a way to do that, that is really, really the optimal, because when you can have that time by yourself and feel really safe closing your eyes, you can really channel in a lot more completely than if there's other people around you that you are going to make you want to check out what's going on. So I know you said your oldest is 9. Maybe he can keep the others occupied for a few minutes, or maybe your partner can. It's just something to really, really look at and be honest with yourself. If it's going to massively stress you out trying to find 5 to 10 minutes a day to be completely alone, if you're not there, get it. Don't force things that don't feel authentic to you. That's really, really important. Every single person on this planet has very, very different needs, and you are the absolute only person who can really tune in and figure out exactly what it is that you require to be in your best health. Now, keep in mind, when you take this time to yourself, if you're able to, you don't have to find some really super secluded place. It's okay if you're just in the next room, because part of meditation practice is getting to a point where you can allow everything that's going on to exist without it taking over your focus. So it's okay if they're in the next room and they're playing or whatever, as long as you are safe to dismiss it, to not spend energy on it at that moment. That's the important thing. Anywhere where you can comfortably sit or lie down and not have anyone come into the room is ideal. But other than that, anything works. I know the majority of my clients have always found their bed to be optimal. It's just a nice cushy place that is meant for relaxation. So now, I also want to give you some advice about how to practice self-care with your children around. For example, when you guys are doing things, allowing yourself to really practice being aware of how you're interacting, how they're interacting, just being very, very, very present in the moment is such a great skill. Because the truth is that time is not a concrete idea. It's not a concrete thing. Scientifically, it doesn't actually exist. It's an illusion. It's our perspective of our journey. So, one of the reasons that when you are having fun, time can seem to fly by, and then when you are not having fun, it can seem to slow down, is because of where you're spending your energy in your thoughts. We spend a lot of time not being very nice to ourselves in our thoughts, and it can have a huge impact on how we see time. Oftentimes, we feel time crunched because we are spending so much energy, so much time ruminating things that really have no bearing on our current moment. And if we can release that, we find a lot of time freedom. So, oftentimes, we find when we bring awareness to it that we're telling ourselves a lot of stories that aren't really true about where our time goes. So the more you can become aware of that, the better off you are. Another trick to becoming more aware of it is practicing how you speak about time. Very, very basic one. Instead of saying I have to, I get to. I have to feed the baby. No, I get to feed the baby. I get to spend this time with her. See, it's a very different sort of thing, right? And the more that we really spend our energy on things like that, developing those habits, developing that focus, that perspective, opens up so much time freedom. It really does. And another thing is you can actually practice meditation with your kids. Now, sit down, close your eyes style meditations usually work better with one, maybe two kids. You know your kids though, so if you feel like you could handle that in a group, go for it, because the younger you start them, the easier it is for them. Now, with a group like you have, I think you might have a little bit of an easier time with just fun mindfulness games. They can even become a part of your homeschooling curriculum. There's a lot of great ones out there. Some of my favorites are the bumblebee breath. You have them take a really big breath in and have them explore how that feels in their body. And then when they let it out, you're going to have them make a bumblebee noise and draw awareness to what their mouth is doing as they do it. Zzz, what their tongue is doing, that vibration. Just practicing that focus. You can do it with other sounds as well. You can go or oh, trying all these different sounds, bringing that awareness, showing them how they create communication. Another fun one is the tongue roll. If they can do it, you have them roll their tongue and actually breathe through that straw. It's not one they're going to be able to do a super long time because you can't take deep breaths with it. But again, exploring and being aware and really feeling what they're feeling. the more you help them with that sort of stuff, the better they're going to be at focusing as they grow. It's such a wonderful gift to give to them. And the more aware and focused your children are able to be, the easier time you're probably going to have parenting them. I know that when I got my son into meditation when he was 8, he was having severe ADHD issues, and meditation has helped him a ton. In the beginning, it actually made an amazing difference almost instantly, because his focus was so off that even just beginning to actually try to focus improved things a lot. And over time, he's become such a thoughtful and aware human being. It makes me very, very proud. A couple other exercises you can try. One of them is the shoulder roll meditation. You have them inhale, bring their shoulders up to their ears, exhale, roll their shoulders back, draw their shoulder blades together and down. Again, bringing awareness, seeing how their bodies move, feeling their muscles and their bones interacting with each other. It's so good. And then another great one that I think is super fun for kids is the balloon meditation. This one gets them really super in tune with those deep breathing practices. So you have them actually imagine that there is a balloon in their belly and they're going to blow it up. And you can have them put their hands on their stomach and they breathe and they expand their stomach. And then they exhale and they deflate the balloon. And it's super fun and it's super healthy. The last idea I want to bring to you to do with your children, and this is something that's really, really super healthy for you as well, is practicing affirmations. Coming up with different phrases of ways that you want to consciously retrain your brains with your children is such a great activity. You can take the aspect of wanting them to develop good self-esteem. You can do mirror work with them where they actually look in the mirror and tell themselves that they're wonderful or that they're talented, anything like that. You have to do it too. So healthy. So good for you. And of course, you want to be a good example for your children. Don't play it off as that you're uncomfortable, even if you are. And don't be fake, but don't voice, oh, this is so hard. This is so... Allow them to just see you as a shining example of how to do it. And if they're voicing any, this is hard, or this is stupid, or this is silly, just try to remind them, this is so healthy. It's so good. You don't have to use the mirror. You can also just sit together and practice saying things together or take turns saying things. You can have a gratitude circle where you take turns telling each other things that you're grateful for. Anything like this is just a wonderful, wonderful way to get self-care for yourself, build up your own energy while also bolstering that of your children and giving them these tools that will help them through their entire life. Teddy, I hope that these ideas really resonated with you and that you are able to feel super excited about all of your self-care goals. Again, I'm Allie Cartwright. This is Q and Allie, and I hope that you have a truly wonderful day.